My name is Christy, and I'm here today to talk about what is intuition and my intuition story. Cambridge Dictionary says intuition is the ability to understand or know something immediately based on your feelings rather than facts. Have you ever felt that way before? I know I have. When intuition happens, you just get a really bad feeling about something, and it just doesn't feel right. It's such a strong feeling that you won't take a certain vacation. You have a hard time explaining to your friends and family why you decided not to go on your trip. They think you're crazy, and you almost wonder if you're crazy too. Later you hear something on TV of a tropical storm and you realize, wow, am I really happy I didn't go on vacation after all. Well, here's what happened to me. Here's my intuition story. And it all begins in the late 90s. Dun, dun, dun. During this time, I lived at home with my mom and dad. I was asleep one night when I heard a tap at my window. I looked outside and I saw my friends Sally and Jen. They wanted me to sneak out of my house and come party with them. My friend Jen was already a bit tipsy. Sally wanted to hang out with her boyfriend Eric, and Jen wanted to drink some more. I told them no, and that I was going back to bed. After they left, I tossed and turned. I couldn't go back to sleep. I started wondering if my friends were having fun without me. I decided an hour later to sneak out of my house. After all, Eric's house was just down the street. When I got to Eric's house, I knocked on the door. Everything looked dark inside. This guy opens the door and tells me that everyone is sleeping. I say goodnight and I sit down on their porch swing for a minute. I light a cigarette and then I walk back to my house. Now the next day I get an angry phone call from this girl Amanda. Amanda claimed that some girl tried to get with her boyfriend, and my friend Sally told her that girl was me. I was in complete shock. Sally was my best friend. Why would she make up a lie like that to hurt me? I felt like I had been stabbed in the back. Amanda's boyfriend and Eric both told Amanda that I wasn't the girl and that I was never even in the house to begin with. Amanda still believes Sally's lie, as she refused to listen to them. Eric just wanted the fighting to end, and for all of us to just get along. Amanda called me one day, and she wanted to know if I wanted to hang out with her, Danielle, and Tracy. I said yes, because I thought maybe Amanda realized I had done nothing wrong and that Sally was lying. Later that night, Amanda, Danielle, and Tracy came over to my house and picked me up in their car. We drank some beer and drove around some. I had to admit that I was having a good time. We arrived at a beach and we just sat in the car talking for a while. Then Danielle, Amanda, and Tracy wanted to go for a swim. The night was so beautiful. A swim sounded absolutely amazing. I agreed, and we all ran towards the water. They all undressed and got into the water. I began to undress as well. I put my foot into the water. I suddenly felt a chill run right through me. I looked out towards the water. Amanda, Danielle, and Tracy stared back at me. It was like a veil was lifted and something just told me not to go into the water. I also knew right away that Amanda, Danielle, and Tracy weren't really my friends. I began to walk back towards the car. What now? I didn't have a phone. How would I be able to call for help? What if I'm wrong about them? It could just be a bad feeling. Just then, Amanda pushes me to the ground. That's for my boyfriend, she screams at me. I go to get back up and defend myself. Then Tracy hits me across the jaw with a beer bottle. I fell back onto the ground and they all drove off, leaving me stranded at the beach. Who knows what would have happened if I followed them into the water? If they were crazy enough to hit me with a beer bottle, they could have even drowned me in the water. Listening to my intuition probably saved my life. You are probably wondering what happened to me after I was stranded at the beach. Well, my face was bleeding still pretty bad. My adrenaline was so pumped up. It was pumped up so much that I wasn't feeling even any sign of pain. My cheekos were covered in blood. You bleed a lot from your face. I knew I had to knock on someone's door so I could use their phone. It was also really late. I knocked on one person's door and no one answered. The next house I knocked on their door and a dog started barking. I saw a light turn on and this guy opens the door. He could see from all the blood on my face that I needed help. He let me in. I cleaned myself up in their bathroom. His wife comes downstairs and she offers me a ride to the police station. I honestly just want to go home. She tells me on the way to the police station that she knew I was coming over. She tells me that her mom told her in a dream that a girl was hurt and that she needed help. She then tells me that her mom died many years ago. At the time, even with blood pouring down my face, I thought that was kind of spooky. Well, after the police officer dropped me off at home, my dad took me to the emergency room. I had a fractured jaw and I had to get stitches. I couldn't help but think how my intuition may have saved my life. Ever since then, anytime I get a gut feeling about anything, I listen to it. Tell me in the comments below your intuition stories. I would love to hear all about them. I thank you kindly for watching my video. Please subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful day. Much love to you all.